Zinus, Casper, two very popular mattress brands, but which one is right for you? That's exactly what I'm going to be telling you about today. My name is Joe, I'm from Mattress Clarity. We run these mattresses through a number of tests. We'll be telling you about the key similarities and differences, telling you who should get one over the other, so you're going to want to stay tuned. So I'm going to be talking about Zinus and Casper in general, but I specifically reviewed the 12-inch cooling gel mattress from Zinus and then the original Casper mattress. So that's what I'm going to be talking more about on this specific comparison. All right, let's get started by talking about what's similar between these two mattresses. So they're going to be all foam mattresses. They're going to contain memory foam and have a pretty similar base layer as well. I put the firmness about the exact same as well. I put both about a 6 out of 10. So those are the similarities. All right, we know about the similarities, but what are the main differences? Well, the biggest difference is probably price. So the 12-inch cooling gel mattress from Zinus is gonna be under $350 for a queen. It's gonna be under $1,000 for the Casper. So huge difference in price there. Feel is gonna be different as well. You're gonna get more of just a classic memory foam feel from the Zinus and more of a balanced foam feel from the Casper as well. All right, let's look under the hood of both these mattresses and see what the construction is and see what the main differences are. Starting with the Casper, we have a soft latex-like layer over a memory foam layer, over a transition layer, over a base layer. The transition layer is also zoned, so it's gonna be firmer in the middle of the mattress. So if you sleep on your side, it's gonna feel a little bit softer underneath your shoulders and give you a little bit more pressure relief. If you switch onto your back and stomach, it's gonna be a little bit firmer, a little bit more supportive, so different feel depending on your sleeping position. Moving on to the Zinus now, it's gonna be 12 inches in total, 4 layers. You're gonna have a base layer that's kind of split into 2 layers, and then you have little air channels for air to flow through as well. Then you're gonna have a transition layer, and then a nice gel memory foam layer. So what does that all mean, and what are the main differences that you should know about? So I think that the Casper is going to use higher density, probably more quality components. So I would say it's going to be more longer lasting overall as well. I would say it's also going to sleep a little bit cooler. You have memory foam with the Zinus. There is gel that's infused in there, but I would say the Casper's, in my experience, is going to sleep a little bit cooler as well. The feel is going to be quite different as well. You're going to get that kind of slowly sinking in, kind of standard classic memory foam feel from the Zinus, and you're going to get more of a balanced foam feel where you kind of mix in latex-like and memory foam-like qualities with the Casper. Because of the zoning as well, it's going to feel a little bit different depending on your sleeping position with the Casper, where it's going to be kind of a more uniform standard feel with the Zinus. So those are the main differences, I would say. All right, now let's talk about differences in firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I put actually both mattresses at about a 6 out of 10. I think some may disagree, some may say Zinus is softer or firmer, but I think generally it's going to be in the same range, so that's just kind of something to note. The feel is going to be different as well. You're going to get more of that kind of slow sinking into the mattress feel with the Zinus and memory foam feel, and then with the Casper it's going to be more of a balanced feel overall. You're not going to quite sink into it as much. Also, because of the zone construction of the Casper, it's going to feel a little bit different depending on your sleeping position. Again, a little bit softer underneath your shoulders if you're on your side, and a little bit firmer if you're on your back and stomach. I'm going to talk through how I feel in different sleeping positions on both mattresses. Starting on my back, on the Zinus, first thing I notice is that my hips sink in. It conforms very well to the curves of my body. It's a little bit softer than average, but a pretty decent match for me there. Switching on to the Casper now, because of that zone construction, it's a little bit firmer, a little bit more supportive, so probably a better match for me. I'd say I probably prefer back sleeping on the Casper. Switching on to my side now, on the Zinus, the memory foam relieves pressure very well, so I'd say it's a very good match for me there. And similarly on the Casper, it's a little bit softer than average because of that zone construction, so I would say it's about a tie for me on my side. Switching on to my stomach now, I would say it's a little bit too soft on the Zinus. Maybe there's a little bit too much memory foam perhaps, so not the best match for me there. On the Casper, it's a pretty decent match for me there, so I would say I'd probably prefer stomach sleeping with the Casper. At Mattress Clarity, we love our pressure map testing because it shows you exactly how well every mattress relieves pressure. So I get down on pressure map, lie down on my back, side, and stomach. You see anywhere from blue to no pressure, all the way up to red to high pressure. What really matters is these side sleeping results. So if we throw those up here, you'll see that both mattresses do very well with this test. So I would say it's about a tie, and both mattresses relieve pressure very well.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe's 5'9", 160. I'm 6'7", 250. I'm a larger person than Joe. I want to give my experience with these two mattresses. So today I want to talk about the Casper original mattress and the Zinus 12-inch cooling gel mattress. Now in terms of firmness, I thought the Casper was close to a 7 out of 10, firmer than Joe thought. I also thought the Zinus was close to a 7 out of 10, also firmer than Joe thought. And that's because I'm a larger person. I'm pressing further into these mattresses, feeling some more firmness than Joe did. But how did I feel in all three sleeping positions? Starting on the Casper, a very good match for me on my back. I feel like zone construction, kind of keeping my lumbar area up. My butt sinks in the right amount. Very good for back sleeping. Moving to my side, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure on my shoulders and my hips, but the mattress is softer under my shoulder area, so not a bad match for side sleeping. Moving to my stomach, it is a decent match for stomach sleeping, but I think for those heavier sleepers who only sleep on their stomach, they're probably going to want to look elsewhere. Now moving over to the Zynus on my back, it's a little bit too soft for me. I'm not getting quite enough support. Moving to my side though, a pretty good match for me as a side sleeper, some decent pressure relief there. Moving to my stomach, definitely too soft for me. So what does all that mean? I think heavier back sleepers probably going to want to look at the Casper mattress for that extra lumbar support. Heavier side sleepers, both mattresses should probably work for you. I think heavier stomach sleepers are probably going to want to look elsewhere.
If you sleep with a partner, there's two additional things you're going to want to consider when looking at a mattress. It's motion transfer and edge port. Motion transfer is basically, if your partner's moving around on that side of the bed, is that motion going to be isolated or transfer over to you and possibly wake you up at night? Edge port is basically, can you sit or sleep towards the edge of the bed without feeling like you're going to fall off? As far as motion transfer is concerned, I would give the Edge to Zynus. It does a little bit better of a job at isolating motion overall because it has memory foam on top. And as far as edge port is concerned, I would say Casper probably wins out there. Kind of does a little bit better of a job at preventing that rolling off the bed feeling. All right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Which one of these mattresses is going to be right for you? All right, as far as who should pick the Casper, I think if you're a combination sleeper, you switch positions throughout the night, because of that zone construction, it's probably just gonna be the better fit. So it's gonna be a very good fit for really all three sleeping positions, so that's just kind of something to note. Also, they use higher quality, kind of higher density materials, so if you want a longer lasting mattress, you wanna view this as a kind of an investment, I would definitely take a look at the Casper instead. If you want a balanced foam feel overall that kind of mixes in latex-like and memory foam-like qualities, that's definitely what the Casper provides, so I would definitely pick the Casper in that case. As far as who should pick Zynus, I think if you want more of that memory foam feel, that kind of classic quicksandy kind of sinking in feel where you sleep in the mattress versus on top of the mattress, I would go with the Zynus in that case. And if you just want to save money, it is a lot less than the Casper and it's a very good value overall. You just want to save money, I would go with the Zynus in that case. Also, if motion isolation is just very important to you, you sleep with a partner who kind of moves around a lot, does a very good job at isolating motion, so I would pick the Zynus in that case. All right, that's basically it. Hopefully I've given you a good overview of these two mattresses and you know the key similarities and differences, and you may even know which one you want to get. If for some reason you're still confused, you can just leave a comment below. I do read and reply back to every single comment on YouTube. Just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to read our individual reviews or you want to see our top picks in general and get a lot of great content, head on over to mattressclarity.com and also consider subscribing to our channel.